all right. Here we go. Let's light up those pumpkins, everybody, because we are live. Let's see who else is awake and alive out there tonight on this Monday night. Happy Michael Myers Monday, everybody. Welcome to it. If you're new here, my name is Matt. We are Halloween Daily News, and this little party you found yourself smack in the middle of is what we like to call Michael Myers Monday Live, our weekly gathering, hangout, chat fest, geek out session with the greatest online community in existence, our fellow friends, fans, fanatics, and everything in between, who I like to call the Legion of Michael Myers, which brings me to our returning friends. What's up, everybody? Happy Michael Myers Monday. You made it. We all made it. It's Monday. That means, like I always say, we made it through another week at the very least. We made it through another Monday. Sometimes that's more difficult than others. I hope yours wasn't today and this past week. I hope you had a good one, and I can't thank you enough for joining me tonight. We got some fun stuff to talk about. Got a bunch of just little nibbles, news bites. Going to be talking a little bit about the H45 bus tour. We finally got our video coverage up, and photos are on the way. I'm going to give you a little preview of some of those. Also, going to premiere an exclusive clip that we haven't shown anywhere yet from one of the H45 panels a little bit later on. And like I said, a lot of fun little news bite items we're going to dig into here and nibble on as the night goes on. And then, of course, we're going to wrap it up with shout-outs at the end tonight. Now, I'm not going to start it off with a show and tell. Last week we did a big one. I will say, though, of those masks, the H07's standard mask were completely sold out at the moment. Thank you very much for that. We got 2 left of the clean version, the 92 murder mask, and I think we've got 2 each of the Corey Allisons left, so not very many left at all. If you want them, jump on them right now, and you'll get them this week. They'll go out like tomorrow or Wednesday at the latest if you order tonight. And on any of the other Myers masks, not the brand new ones, you can still get $3 off any of those with a special Triple M Crew discount code. That's MMMCREW3, Triple M Crew 3 when you check out. And there you go. All right, let me see who's over here in the live chat real quick before we launch this week's poll after looking at our most recent poll results. That's how we're actually going to kick it off this week, all right? We're going to kick it off with polls. Excuse me. Let's see. Camp Blood Collections has checked in. Megan is in the house. Mike Johnston's here. Happy Michael Myers Monday, guys. Mike's watching H6. I love it. David Suber lighting it up in the house. Andromeda, what's up? Drive safe. Darlene has checked in as well. City Kitty in the house. What's going on, Phil? Joseph the Horror Guy is here. What's up, man? Brett Patrick, how's it going? Happy Michael Myers Monday. Rob Windsor in the house. Kelly Heineke is here. What's up, Kelly? Rob Blake is here. What's up, man? Happy Michael Myers Monday. Pat, that Halloween movie collector. Of course, Pat's in the house. I love it. Who else we got here? Josh Baker has checked in as well. Josh Baker Videos. Tim Leo is here. Awesome. I love it, everybody. Again, if you're new, don't be shy. Light it up in the live chat, like all of our regulars are doing right now. It's great to see all you guys. Like I said, I think we got a fun night. It's Halloween, as I like to call it. We're here. We got one more Monday in October, one more Monday of our year, as we like to say, and that'll be Halloween Eve next week. And I am planning on doing a special Halloween Eve edition of Michael Myers Monday Live next week. I hope you'll be here for that one. Let's see, Greg checked in as well, I see. Scrolling back for just a minute here before I catch my breath, and we're going to dive in to some poll results off the top here. Thank you, Joseph. Joseph says he loves my shirt. I appreciate that. Wearing the classic H78, as we, it is the 45th anniversary of the release of the movie this week. I mean, literally, the 25th is the day it was released, or at least the day it's mostly regarded as the release. Joseph says, Matt, you should interview Danielle Harris. Well, Joseph, um, thank you for that. You should check out my interview with Danielle Harris. I did have a very awesome exclusive conversation with Danielle. We recorded that interview. When was it? It was like right after Thanksgiving, year before last, I think. So that would be what, 2021? Yeah, she was like our final interview of 2021, and then we kicked off 2022 interviewing scouts. So they were kind of our bookends of taking a little break over the winter previous. But yeah, check that out in our interviews playlist here on the channel, Joseph. I hope you will. Danielle's awesome, and check out all of our interviews. We got a ton of awesome exclusive interviews up. Our most recent, I'll go ahead and plug it now. I was going to mention it later. If you haven't yet, I hope you'll check out my most recent interview. Very proud of that one with producer and writer Sandy King. Of course, John Carpenter's wife. She's produced many of his movies like Vampires and In the Mouth of Madness and so forth. Great interview with her about their new series, Suburban Screams. And yes, Michael Myers does come up in the interview. I actually asked her in the interview what a typical Halloween is like at the Carpenter family house, and she describes it very warm and nostalgic to me. It felt great, like an ideal Halloween. And I asked how often they see Michael Myers come trick or treating, and she has a fun answer for that as well. The whole interview is really fun. I hope you'll check it out. And I'll go ahead and plug this one while I'm talking interviews coming up this week. I hope you'll check out my upcoming exclusive interview with the extremely talented Alex Dragova. If you have seen this summer's Halloween horror movie Cobweb, she plays the creature in the film, the girl, the spider girl, kind of. She's just credited as the girl in the film. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Watch Cobweb. Then watch the movie, then watch my interview with Alex coming up in a few days later this week. All right, let's jump into some poll results. Oh, Joseph, thank you for the compliment about the Amy Donald interview. She's awesome. And Mike, thank you. I like everybody is digging the shirt. Camp Blood says Paramount needs to drop a steelbook like they did with H2O. Nice. All right. It's been a while since we've done any poll results, because the last one was posted a whole 3 weeks ago, like right before we left town for the big H45 event in Pasadena. So let's go over here, and we were asking, for those of you attending, what was the first thing you were doing as soon as you entered on Saturday morning? So with 44 votes, 73% of you picked guest autograph. In second place with 20% of the vote, you picked first in line for merch. And way down there in third place is a guest photo op. And in last place with 2% is front row for a panel, which was great because that way I could get on the front row for a lot of those panels. In the comments down here, we have from Capasso24, I choose Kirch. I think they mean merch, because I specifically want one of the exclusives. I want several, but I'm lining up for the bobblehead first. Once I'm done with merch, the first table I'm going to is Danielle Harris table. There we go. AC Fall Guy, what's up? He's in here all the time. He says, not going, but if I were, I'd go straight to buying that Chalice figure. A lot of people did. A lot of people snatched up them Chalice figures. Solid Saturn 0327, another one of our Triple M crew regulars, says, not going, but I would get an autograph and picture with James Jude Courtney, the man. And finally, Puppet Master 7479 says, get the Atkins figure shirt I am going to buy on eBay if they go up there. Thank you. Okay, there we go. Now, we will go ahead. We didn't do this last week because it was just such a jam-packed, huge week. But we are going to go ahead and launch a new Triple M poll right now. It actually officially launched 5 minutes ago while I was yapping away. And yes, we're keeping it with the H45 theme again because I don't know about you guys, but my head is still in California, in South Pasadena right now. I mean, I'm still editing photos and video from our time there, and really just kind of reliving it and processing it, both literally processing the photos and our footage, and also mentally processing all of it as well. Um, and then we've got this news coming out, the Michael Myers in Fortnite, and then the TV deal and the Miramax announcement and all this stuff, and there might be more still to come. I'll get to that in just a few minutes in my news bites, but yeah, you want to stick around for that. Let's jump over here. Launched 5 minutes ago for this week's Michael Myers Monday poll question. We want to know, what was the biggest moment from Halloween 45 Years of Terror in your opinion? Now, this is obviously for those who attended, but also I'm asking for even if you didn't attend, just from watching our footage and coverage and hearing about it from other people that did attend and seeing other people's footage and coverage, what do you think the biggest moment was? And again, I'm allowed to put 5 choices up, and I always say that if your answer is not among the choices, then just write it in. And if it is among the choices, either way, whether you're writing it or not, please comment and explain your answer down below. So, the choices are John Carpenter's arrival, Malik Akkad's comments on the future of the franchise during his panel, Rowan Campbell's first ever convention appearance, how about Tyler Maine's in-costume photo op, which was for a great charity, by the way. Watch my interview with Tyler if you haven't already. Or how about Sean Clark's super deluxe bus tour stop at Haddonfield Memorial Hospital, the site where they shot scenes for the Haddonfield Memorial Hospital, of course. That was the big surprise stop on the deluxe bus tour. Our bus number 5, didn't go there. Just the deluxe buses did. And our buddy David Suber, who's here in the live chat, he was on one of those buses. I know some of you other guys were too. I think Pat and Brett were, I believe. And so we've seen lots of footage from that. And yeah, apparently the police were involved at a certain point. Nothing got too serious, but so with just one vote in the first 5 minutes, Sean Clark's bus tour stop at Haddonfield Memorial is taking the early lead on this one. All right, the poll can be found right now in our community tab, and during our next live stream next week on Halloween Eve, we will go over the results. I just hit refresh, and wouldn't you know it, now we've got another vote. And now, Sean's stop at Haddonfield Memorial Hospital is tied with Rowan Campbell's first ever convention appearance. There you go. So yeah, next week, be here. Michael Myers Monday, Halloween Eve. And I guess, if things go like it normally does, and I rarely wrap up before midnight, we will literally ring in Halloween 2023 itself right here, live on Michael Myers Monday. Most likely, anyway, that'll be the plan. I mean, I can't imagine we'll wrap up before midnight. And I will toast to you guys, and we'll all toast to another year. So there you go. That's next week. Enter the poll until then. And we're doing it at the top this week because that way you can discuss here in the live chat. Discuss what you think the biggest top moment of the whole thing was. There was a lot of big ones. All right. All right, Joseph, I see you signing out. Thank you for checking in, man. I know you'll check us out on the replay. Love your support. Thank you so much, Joseph, the horror guy. Phil's been thinking about going to 50. It'll be here before you know it, I'm sure. Kelly says, I left my heart in Cali. Yes. Yeah, that's kind of the way we feel. It was so awesome. I mean, every bit of it. Ah, Joseph, I know you've left, but you're saying Danielle is great in Natty Knox. Natty Knox is actually one of the news items I'm going to talk about. I'll move it up to the front story right now and talk about it if you're still here, Joseph, because you're absolutely right. Danielle is awesome in Natty Knox, and I wanted to talk about it here quick. It is one of the news bites I wanted to bring up during tonight's Michael Myers Monday live stream. We've been covering Natty Knox ever since it was first announced. There's a lot of connections to this franchise in particular. The film is directed by Dwight Little, who previously directed Halloween 4. Um, it also stars Danielle Harris. She's one of the stars of it. Of course, Halloween 4 and 5 and Rob Zombie's films, Halloween franchise royalty. Also stars Bill Moseley, who appears in Rob Zombie's Halloween remake. Also stars Robert Englund, who Robert Englund has told the story that he was one of the people on the set of Halloween 78 putting leaves in bags. We never knew it until fairly recently, but he's told that story publicly, which is pretty amazing and does connect him to this franchise and Michael Myers too, in a weird way. Of course, Robert, legendary. But yeah, I wanted to let you guys know that Natty Knox, it is out now, and it is streaming on Tubi as of a few weeks ago. And I actually watched it a few nights ago, and I love it. I was excited for this film as soon as they announced it, just with this cast. Actually, the first I heard about it was when I interviewed Danielle. She was the very first one to tell me about it, and she didn't say it by name at that time. And but she was just talking about being excited of working with Dwight again and them reuniting. And then of course news came out with the rest of the cast, and then we got some plot details and learned that the film takes place around Halloween, and specifically on Halloween Eve, fittingly for next week. So it's a Halloween horror movie with these three horror icons and a talented director in Dwight Little. He also directed Robert Englund in Phantom of the Opera, and he's directed a bunch of other cool stuff over the years. So anyway, I did watch it. I really enjoyed it. I highly recommend it. You guys check it out this month. This week is for Halloween viewing. And as Joseph said, yeah, Danielle is awesome in it. She's always awesome in everything, but she turns in a great performance. She plays the mom of the main characters, actually, in the film. A long way from Jamie Lloyd, but yeah, she turns in a great performance. Bill Moseley is especially excellent in this movie. He really is kind of the star of it, and of these three, he's on screen the most. Robert Englund, he's only, no spoilers, but he's only like in, I think, 2 scenes, but they're great scenes, and he's awesome in it, and altogether it's probably about 5 or 6 minutes. And when you've got Robert Englund, I mean, he's all three of them. They're just so good in everything they do, and they're clearly having fun and turning in some really great performances that their fans are going to eat up in this movie. And so that was one great thing about it. Also, the young cast members. I gotta shout out our friends, Hannah Zeitung. I hope I'm saying her name right. She plays the younger sibling of Danielle's kids, and she's really great in it, and is in the movie a ton. On screen almost the whole movie, and but the real breakout star of the film, I think, is her name's Charlotte Fountain Jardin, and yeah, she's kind of the lead. The Laurie Strode-esque, Jamie Lloyd-esque, more Laurie Strode, I guess. She's the babysitter, but she's really great in it. And first thing she's done, I think, first thing I've seen her in, but I really think it's the beginning of a promising career, and maybe somebody else that Dwight might have discovered after discovering Danielle all those years ago. Hannah, too, probably, as well. Both of them, I think, are going to go places. But anyway, it's streaming on Tubi, which, of course, is for free. So I highly recommend it. And One more reason I did want to mention it here on Michael Myers Monday Live is there is maybe a couple Michael Myers references in the film. Um, I'm not going to spoil anything where it comes from or who says it or how it's said, but I will say there are at least two dialogue moments that you should listen for, that you'll appreciate. One is kind of a direct reference, and then the other is a little more indirect and more pointedly specific to Halloween 4 and Dwight and Danielle's history with that particular movie, Halloween 4, and it's kind of a deep cut. Again, it's in the dialogue. I don't want to spoil it. I want you guys to go watch it. And when you do watch it, come back here and tell me these two moments that I'm talking about. Tell me if you spotted other ones that I didn't and I'm not talking about. But check it out. I highly recommend it. It's just good fun. And it actually did give me that feeling kind of like an 80s horror movie in a way. I mean, it's set now in 2023 and it's modern and in pretty much every sense, but it just kind of had sort of that old school, I guess, fun vibe where it's rated R, it's bloody and gory and people are being killed, but it's still kind of a fun popcorn movie like Halloween 4. No goofy cops or goofy cop music in Natty Knox though, thankfully. But yeah, some really great performances from everybody. The other cast members, I wish I could think of all of their names right now, but the whole cast is great. Cinematography is great. Really good movie. One of many good Halloween movies I have watched just this month. A lot of really cool stuff is out there. I know we don't have a Michael Myers movie right now, but you've got Natty Knox. I also, I talked about Cobweb earlier. I recommend that. If you want something kind of funny and lighthearted, go with Totally Killer. It is rated R though, and it does deliver on all the rated R goods, both in the comedy aspects and in the horror aspects. I had a ton of fun with that one, and I'm going to be actually writing reviews of these as well over the next week for the main website. But the last one I'll just give a shout out real quick. Has nothing to do with Michael Myers, but my favorite Halloween movie that I've seen so far this season, so far this whole year, is Dark Harvest. Yeah. Regular viewers know I've been talking about it for a while. The MGM was cool enough to send me a screener. They also sent us out a promo box that I did an unboxing for here. Anyway, I'm not going to get into it here tonight, but if you've not seen Dark Harvest, do yourself a treat. Watch that. Watch everyone I mentioned here. I'd start with Natty Knox because you're watching Michael Myers Monday, so you're going to love that one. And then go into the other ones I mentioned if you haven't seen them. All right. So that's our first news item. Natty Knox is streaming on various outlets, including the very free Tubi. And you should watch it for all of those Michael Myers reasons and because it's just a cool Halloween movie. Let's see. Let's check in over here. See, Larry is checked in. Young Major's here. Mike says, my 3 Halloween movies that my friends and I are going to watch on Halloween night are Halloween 78, H2, and HNs. Interesting that trilogy of movies, that pick. Kind of making your own trilogy. I do like it, though. Very interesting choices. I mean, you can't go wrong with the original 78 and H2 as a double feature. They just go together like peanut butter and jelly. But I love the love for ends that you're putting in there. Yes. Again, I'm gonna do another video when I publish my full review, and I'm going to talk more about Dark Harvest specifically. And like I said, between now and October 31st, I plan to have written reviews of all of Natty Knox, of Dark Harvest, and of Totally Killer up on the main website at HalloweenDailyNews.com. And I'll probably do a related video at that time as well for each of them. But I recommend them all. I love them all. I've not been disappointed. Dark Harvest is my very high top pick of those. I could go on and on about it. I just watched it last night. I might even watch it again tonight, to be honest with you. It's that good. But I really enjoyed Natty Knox. And, you know, I mean, I didn't expect a ton from Natty other than, you know, I trusted Dwight Little as a director, and I knew that our three horror icons were going to be great. But I feel that it really delivered in other areas, too, that I didn't expect. Like I said, the supporting cast, the younger cast. Also, shout out to Jason James Richter. You know him from Free Willy and with Danielle, of course, and from Free Willy 2, also directed by Dwight Little, so a lot of reunions going on there. He's in the film, too, has a great part, has some great dialogue as well. Anyway, check that out. All right, let's move in to our next news item. Oh, yeah, just a real quick update on Michael Myers and his appearance in Fortnite. We recently reported the announcement that Michael Myers, along with Jack Skellington from The Nightmare Before Christmas, is going to be a wearable skin in the popular video game Fortnite during its annual Halloween event that they call Fortnitemares. And when we filed that, we didn't know exactly when Michael was going to be available. We just knew it would be sometime this week, the week prior to Halloween itself. Well, now, thanks to a recent post on the official Halloween movies social media, we have that answer down to the minute. When will you be able to play as Michael Myers in Fortnite? The answer is that you can get this exclusive Michael Myers skin in Fortnite released Tuesday. That's tomorrow. It'll be today when you're watching this, tomorrow as I'm recording this, Tuesday, October 24th at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's when you can become the Shape in Fortnite. Let me hear from you if you're a Fortnite gamer and if you're going to be playing as Michael Myers. I've never played it myself. Of course, my son has, and of course, I know about it. But I've never played it myself. And did you guys hear the news that the classic, the original, the one, the only, John Carpenter's Halloween is currently back in theaters as we're speaking? It's playing around the country, as is Halloween 4 and Halloween 5. And I love that this has become such a annual tradition now, you know. Going back to our very first year when we launched HDN, we launched HalloweenDailyNews.com in September of 2012. And our very first story published was the re-release, the theatrical re-release of the original Halloween that year. And that was the first of what has become an annual tradition. Now that movie gets re-released every Halloween, as it should be, right? I mean, absolutely as it should be. I remember going to see it on the big screen that year. You know, of course, we had to drive like 2 hours out of town because our local theater didn't get it, like they're not this year. But it was awesome seeing it on the big screen. And anytime I've had the opportunity to see it on the big screen, it's been amazing. Let me know if you are going to go see it on the big screen, and or if you already have this month. For tickets and more information, you can visit 1978halloween.com. Now, when this official announcement came out, we did get a couple of cool quotes. Including this from Bernadette McCabe of Cinelife Entertainment. She is Executive Vice President of Cinelife Entertainment. And she says, quote, "We are thrilled to celebrate the 45th anniversary of Halloween through this continued partnership with Trancas International Films and Compass International Pictures. For almost a decade, we have delighted Halloween fans by bringing this series back to theaters. After the positive impact it's had, it only felt right to bring back this tradition for another year. We are grateful for this collaboration and we are excited to see this year's response." End quote. Ryan Freeman, Senior Vice President of Trancas and Compass, says of this year's re-release, quote, "The iconic Halloween series combines one of the most thrilling and chilling characters in the history of cinema with the Halloween holiday, making a trip to the theaters for these films during this time of year an incredibly awesome experience. Making the re-release of these films a tradition for new fans of the franchise and who have been with us since the beginning is an honor." End quote. I finally had the honor myself of meeting Ryan, albeit briefly in person out there in Pasadena for the 45 Years of Terror event. And he seems like a really cool, down-to-earth dude. And I love that quote from him that, saying that it's an honor for him to be able to bring this re-release to us, like they said, for a decade now. So there you go. Halloween back in theaters this October right now. Halloween 2023, 45 years later. The Shape still doing his thing in theaters, a cut above the rest, as it should be. Am I right? Sam Eichner has checked in. What's up, man? How's the West Coast? Sam says that mask MGM sent you is awesome, not available for sale. That is correct. Again, when you watch Dark Harvest, you'll know who Sawtooth Jack is. MGM sent us an awesome gift box and a lot of highlights in it. It's all awesome, but they sent us a Sawtooth mask. It is a awesome, badass mask. And yeah, as of right now, not available for sale anywhere. I love it. Mike's asking, do I think the television Halloween series will be what we get for the 50th anniversary, or we get that before it and then a movie for the 50th? I think the TV series is going to come way before the 50th. Yeah, I think the TV series is going to come way before the 50th. And the way they're talking and the way that Miramax news came out, I feel like we're going to get a movie before the 50th. That's going to be, part of this new cinematic universe. And I said this last week. I know a lot of people with that initial announcement. I don't know about a lot of people. A lot of the comments we got, especially on Instagram, people angry with the use of the term cinematic universe. And I didn't understand what the big deal is. I still don't. What I said last week, I still stand by my perception of what they mean when they're using that term cinematic universe. It could mean anything, but I think it's probably something as simple as we're going to make this show, okay? And there might be a character or two in this show that also shows up in the next movie we're making. And maybe the show isn't totally about Michael Myers and maybe the movie is, or vice versa, or something like that. I don't know. But that's kind of what I got from it. You know, they were going to do a show. I'm not going to go over everything I said last week, but, you know, if you're going to do a Dr. Loomis Smith Grove show, and then that could transition into a Michael Myers centric movie somewhere down the road or something. I think that's what they're thinking, which to me sounds fun. You know, a thing where we could have, you know, well, like Marvel and like Star Wars does, where there's shows and there are movies and they're all interconnected and people from different ones show up in the other ones. I I think that's a similar thing. I don't think they're thinking anything quite that big. You know what I mean? I don't think we're going to have 4 or 5 different series premiering each year or every other year or overlapping and all that. No, I think they're probably going to do a series. And like everything, they're going to see how the response is. But the idea that they're going into it with, let's make a plan, you know, going forward. Let's make a 5 to 10 year plan. That part, I think, is smart on their side, on the Trancas and Miramax side. But I think it's smart business for them. But I think it's just, you know, exciting. And again, a whole different way for this franchise to go, because there's never really been 2 long-term plans for this. Even with the last 3 movies we got, it wasn't really like, you know, David Gordon Green knew the end of Halloween Ends when they started making 2018. I mean, so the idea that they could start filming a series with a good game plan, at least bullet point idea of, all right, this series is going to hit these beats. It's going to culminate here, which is going to set up season 2, which is going to hit these beats, culminate here, which that would in turn set up, if everything is going good at that point, this movie, which would in turn set up, I don't know, season 3 or another movie, or I don't know. But that's what I think. That's what I'm gathering from it. But you guys tell me how you read it. And I will say this while I'm kind of wrapping up this little bit, these little news items here. This has already been a huge month. We had H45. We get back from that. Immediately we get Michael Myers showing up in Fortnite, which a lot of people kind of assumed, well, that was the video game announcement that Malik must have been hinting at. And I don't really think so, personally. But still, a cool video game related announcement nonetheless. And then, of course, that earth-shattering announcement, the Miramax deal, the TV series. And yeah, you ask me, when do I think it's coming? Do I think it's coming before the 50th? Yeah, I think it's definitely coming before the 50th. My only question is it coming before next Halloween or in time for next Halloween? Or is it going to be Halloween 2025? That's my only question. Are we a year away or 2 years away? I do not think. I'd be surprised if it takes more than 2 years. Now, again, I'm taking into consideration a little bit the strikes. That's why because if the strikes weren't in effect, or the strike, excuse me, the writers are back to work now, which is good. And I do think that tied in with when and how they were able to make this announcement, because you got to think, once they announce this is happening, they're already a few steps ahead of what we as the public are told. So if you ask me, they're definitely talking to writers. Maybe they've already hired writers. Maybe, you know, they've got 1 or 2 under contract right now. I don't know, but I would think those type deals are definitely happening, if haven't already. And so yeah, I you know, it's hard to say when production would begin, of course, because actors are on strike. I don't think that's gonna. I hope it's not gonna drag on much longer. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't think it'd go this long, but assuming that gets wrapped up, let's say before the end of this calendar year, I would say they would definitely go into production next year, and with a premiere. I mean, a premiere next fall could happen. Then again, they could spend a year getting everything in place and really hype it up for the following year. But the way that announcement came out, I mean, it doesn't sound like they're wasting any time. And here's one more thing that I will say. Um, I don't think we're done with news regarding this franchise this month. Like, maybe even this week. Um, I don't know this, but just from little rumblings and things I might have heard from certain people, keep your eyes peeled. Make sure you got your notifications turned on, and just know we're living in an exciting time to be a Michael Myers fan and to be part of this franchise and this franchise fan community. Malik said something was probably coming before the holiday. I'd say we've already gotten two big things. One huge thing. I mean, the Fortnite is big any other time, but that is big for Fortnite players. But the TV series and this Miramax deal in general is huge for the future of this franchise. Huge. I mean, the biggest news since they announced the 2018 film, if you ask me. Like, bigger than when they announced Kills and Ends. And in a lot of ways more exciting than when they announced Kills and Ends, for one reason. Because when they announced Kills and Ends, as excited as I was, we knew kind of what we were getting. We knew a bit of the story. We didn't know all the surprises we had coming with Ends, but, we knew they were going to be sequels. Here, we have no idea. These could be sequels. I don't think it's going to be. These could be reboots. I think it's going to kind of be that, but in a different way. I'd like to say remix is how I would say it. Remix all the stories and redo it, and have some fun with it with a TV series. Use some of our legacy actors, bring them back, put them in fun, cool cameos. Maybe now we could finally get Dick Warlock and Don Shanks and all these guys, Nick Castle, all these guys in one cameo together, all the former Michaels hanging out. I think that'd be awesome. All right. Robert Patterson has checked in, the set jetter himself. Perfect timing, as I was just about to talk a little bit about our bus tour, which Robert was our host. Check out his channel, follow him on social media. Robert is the set jetter, as he just said. Thanks for hanging out and joining us, man. Yes, last night we posted our video, finally, our video footage from the bus tour, hosted by Robert Patterson, the set jetter. And we were on bus number 5. Shout out to bus number 5, everybody on bus number 5. You guys all rocked. Robert did a great job. He was extremely knowledgeable and informative and funny, and we had a good crew with us. Of course, my wife Sue, our son Uzziah, we were all there. We were all shooting. I wanted to have all of our photos up tonight and share a bunch of those with you. I am going to share a few of them with you in addition to the video. If you haven't watched the video, you can check it out when you get done here. I put a link in the description. It's a lot of snippets and stuff, and I let Robert do a lot of the narrating because he's the professional at this, but you'll hear me add a little bit here and there. Shout out to the shapes that appear in the video as well. All of you guys were awesome, including our 3 shapes that were on bus number 5, and then all the other shapes that converged a few different times, like at the cemetery, and then there was a big convergence of shapery at the Myers house, of course. They all came home kind of at the same time, which was pretty awesome and magical. You can see a glimpse of that in this photo here. There it is, the Myers house, of course. And when you're watching the video, you'll also want to keep your eyes peeled for a brief but very fun cameo surprise appearance by the legendary Dick Warlock himself. Many of you know, or who were on Sean's bus, know that Mr. Warlock was hanging out and riding on their bus for a while. Um, so let's pull up a couple of our photos that we have gotten through. There's not a ton that I can share right now. Like I said, I plan to have the whole gallery up and like really ready to go tonight. But got pulled into some other things that had to take precedent, and so as a result, we don't have a ton of new photos to share quite yet. But bear with me tomorrow, and for everybody, all the bus fivers, bear with me. We got lots more photos coming. We're gonna have a gallery up with the video and the photo gallery at HalloweenDailyNews.com, and I will update the description of our bus tour video with a link to the photos once they are up. But I do have a couple fun ones that we can look at from the early part of the morning. Starting with this, he was already looking away at the time, and I don't think I had my camera out quite yet, or I might have been shooting video at this moment. But there's Tom Atkins. As we were boarding the bus, Tom was just kind of hanging out right outside in front of the convention center and just kind of waving at everybody as we were leaving. And we actually made eye contact for a minute, and he's like, have a good time. And I mean, it was just kind of a cool send-off moment. And again, I was shooting, Sue was shooting, and Oziah was shooting as well. So these photos are a combination effort from all of us. But here's the sign for the famous Orange Grove Ave. I think you guys know what's down there. And again, we didn't make it... I haven't processed a ton of the video, or the photos, excuse me. But I'm going to pull up a couple. I think Oziah might have shot this one with one of our shapes, looking at a familiar balcony. That is, of course, the Doyle house over there that he's looking at. And here's a better look at it. And when we were there was construction going on. And it was, you'll see in the video if you haven't watched it. There's quite a bit of construction work going on. There's like a Porter John bathroom in the yard. There's a dumpster out front, which a lot of people were able to grab pieces of the house as well. So I guess that worked out. But there's the famous balcony. And oh yeah, here's one of the shapes. I thought this was especially funny because you can see the worker behind him, you can see the Porter John behind him, and you can see the shape. Got his cell phone out too, about to get a selfie. This is kind of a only at H45 image. And this one I really like. Again, I was shooting mostly video on this day, so the majority of these photos were shot by either Sue or Oziah Arts. I did shoot some of them, but I really like this one. And again, we had some fun guys on our bus, and there were shapes. I don't know. I mean, anybody that was on any of the other buses, tell me how many shapes were on y'all's bus. We had 3 on ours, and they were awesome. And so now we're across the street at the Wallace house. Shape takes a walk. And soon enough, he's joined. by another, and they multiply, and it continues. And here's another shot of one of our shapes. Even the American flag in the back, it's kind of, this is America, this is Haddonfield, this is the shape. H2 shape, obviously, with the bullet holes. And never missed an opportunity to get choked out by the shape in front of Lindsay's house. Rocking my $9 Walmart Michael Myers t-shirt. Let's see what else we got here. Oh yeah, here's our boys. Check them out. Our bad boys. Yes. I think that's, if any of you guys are watching, I think that's our three shapes from our bus specifically. I think. Pretty cool. Awesome that somebody's wearing a Horror's Hallowed Grounds t-shirt just in frame in the background on the right too. Very fitting, as we were all on that tour. Aha. And this was an awesome H3 tattoo somebody on our tour has. Again, shout out bus number 5. Oh yeah, and then we did step outside of Haddonfield a few times in the tour as well. We stepped over to Elm Street at a certain point, because if you didn't know, Nancy's house is pretty close to Tommy and Lindsay's houses. So here is Nancy's house from Wes Craven's original 1984 A Nightmare on Elm Street. And right across the street from that, you can find Glenn's house. Glenn, of course, played by Johnny Depp in the movie. And we hit a few other locations from Christine, from Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, Return of the Living Dead Part 2, of course Halloween 3, Halloween 2, Rob Zombie's Halloween 07 remake, and much, much more from Haddonfield of the original 78 film. Those photos, unfortunately, we're going to have to wait to check out. I don't have them quite ready for you yet. Like I said, we got a ton more coming. I just got into processing a few of them, so I got through our first stop on the tour, and then we're going to have the rest hopefully up on the site tomorrow. I will update the community tab with a link, and I'll also, in this video, this live stream video, and also in our bus tour video, in the description and probably in a pinned comment, I'll put the link once the gallery's up. So be sure to check that out. But what I do have for you tonight from H45, I do have another treat to share. I have a clip from one of the panels, and this is a panel we haven't talked about yet. I'm going to be sharing a longer package from this panel video featuring various highlights. But this is a clip. It's about 7.5 minutes long. And this is from the Men Behind the Mask panel. That's right. A whole bunch of men who have played Michael Myers. And now, little disclaimer, when you watch this clip, you'll see that you don't get the answer of the first two gentlemen on the end, the legendary Dick Warlock and the great Don Shanks. You get everybody else's answer. You don't get to hear theirs in this clip because it's not in this clip. Now, we were recording on multiple cameras, so I do have their answers. The issue is that the audio on that other recording is not very good, so I'm going to see what I can do about possibly using audio from another source, and I'm going to see if I can improve the audio at all before sharing it. If not, I might have to share it with a little bit of shitty audio for a while, and then it'll get a little bit better. Or might share it without that part if it's just too bad and too annoying. But in any case, what this clip is, a fan in the audience asked for each of these gentlemen's favorite kills. So, if you want to hear Dick and Don's answers, you can hear them elsewhere on this channel, actually. Dick does answer that in our interview from 2021. And Don answers that question in another video that we have from 2015 from Flashback Weekend in Chicago in a Thorn trilogy panel that took place there where he talks about it. And yeah, spoiler, but Don's favorite kill is the Dr. Death scene in the original opening of Halloween 5, which was not used in the film and was never really released publicly until last year, that 4K. And Dick's is the hot tub scene, which he said many times, but not for the reasons that you might think, which he also is always quick to clarify. In any case, you'll get to hear all of these other gentlemen talk about their own favorite kill scenes. So, enjoy this. I'll still be right here in the live chat. I will be live. I'll be commenting. Hopefully there won't be any technical issues. Regular viewers know that happens fairly regularly. If it does, if you can't hear it, let me know. If it's not playing right, let me know, and I will try to restart, try to correct, and hopefully that will do the trick. All right. Here we go. An exclusive clip from the Michael Myers Men Behind the Mask panel at Halloween 45 Years of Terror. Check it out.
As far as kills go, there's kind of two for me, because in 2018, there's the window kill. And if I were going to kill somebody, that's exactly the way I'd do it. Quietly, efficiently, get in, get out, get it done, and just make her pay a little bit along the way. But the Cameron kill, the snapping of the neck on the stairs, that was so gratifying. That little son of a bitch deserved it. And so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I'd have to say that I got two also. The nurse kill in H2, but also Big Joe Grizzly.
Well, I think it was rather unusual, but to be able to kill somebody with a shotgun, impaling him in the door, that was significant.
I think for me was the Corey Cunningham's mother kill. That was on the extended release, and there's a much longer version of that. And I got to throw our double through a cabinet full of porcelain knickknacks and stand over her body as she pled for her son not to know what just happened. And little did she know that it was her son who did it. That was a super, super intense and beautiful scene, the way that our DP shot it with David. Michael's a genius, and him and David just got in there and made it so artistic. So I think that's on the extras. I love that kill so much, but there's even a more extended, more beautiful version of that as well that I would love to see one day.
I didn't technically get to kill anybody. I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but I appreciate you allowing me to sit here with you even though I haven't killed anybody. But designing the kills on kills, I was going to say the same thing. The Cameron death, that whole sequence is so, I enjoyed doing that with you, Jim, and it's so emotionally impactful because you have Allison there witnessing every moment of the gruesome nature of it, so it magnifies the power of the whole thing. So I would say the Cameron kill as well.
For me, I think the favorite kill was Adam when I stab him and lift him up. And it's probably not for the reasons you would think, although it was a nice scene with him twitching in the air. Really, the scene had nothing to do with him. And that's why I liked it. He was an incidental kill, and the entire time I was looking at Jamie. And it was all to get in her head and just mess with her. So that probably was the most impactful.
Well, we talked about the Laurie Strode death, but I have to say that one, of course, because it's so unique. And but if I had to pick a second one, I would tell you that the chopping of Katie Sackhoff's head at the top of the stairs, and I just thought it looked so realistic. You know, when I watched the film, it just kind of freaked me out. Plus, I love Katie, and but I would say that'd be my favorite kill.
My personal favorite was impaling the father in the basement into the electrical box and his head exploding. And then my second one was in the barn, impaling her on the farm machine. If you remember that, it was actually a scene where I put my hands, it was almost like a moment of compassion, and then I pushed her onto the machine and then turned it on. Shoot her up.
I didn't do any kills. James did all that brilliant work. So.
Doug, I'm sorry, I missed you before, and I'm sorry, I apologize. I did want to ask about you. One of your earliest, if not your first, was stunts on Freddy vs. Jason, correct?
Yes.
So what was it like to come back all these years later and do another Masked Man? You did Double Jason, right?
I did the ending. I ended the movie as Jason and Freddy vs. Jason. I was a huge Halloween fan and huge Freddy Krueger fan, so working with Robert Englund was pretty unbelievable for me as a young guy. And there was a movie in 2015, Halloween Returns, that I was up for, and it never got made. So the fact that Aaron called me to double James was pretty thrilling to finally put that mask on, even if it was only for a quick moment. But it was great watching James on set, because I feel like he really took her up to a whole nother level, and watching him work was pretty amazing. It's incredible.
I've got to say, Doug saved my ass twice. All right. First of all, that jump off the SUV when Aaron and I were rehearsing in the soundstage. Aaron's like, look, we're going to double you off this. I jumped off once just to show him I could do it. And I also in my head went, yeah, I'm not doing this, you know. So Doug, because Doug, this is what a good stunt double does, is they're there for the moments when you really need somebody to take the bruise or the hit or the broken bone or the concussion. And speaking of concussions, in stunt fighting, you go hard to the body because the camera needs to see the physicality of physical fighting. But to the head, you never hit somebody in the head. You can be 10 feet away, swing your fist, guy snaps his head, looks like you just knocked the crap out of him, but you haven't even touched him. It's all about how you sell the fight to the head. But David wanted to see what would happen if that bag of bricks, you know, the rubber bricks, which were heavy, was how it, and Aaron explained to him, no, it doesn't work that way. David came to me, I said, no, it doesn't work that way, David, but he wanted to see it. So Aaron and I stepped out to the side. Now my sparring partner in college was a 285-pound super heavyweight that Joe Frazier picked up. So I know what a big punch feels like, right? Aaron very deftly clipped the top of my head, and it was like, ooh, that was it. And Aaron right away goes, nope, you're not doing it. So Doug was so respectful when he came out. He's like, look, I don't want to take anything away from you. I don't want to take credit for anything. I'm just glad to be here. Anything I can do to serve, which is the attitude you want from your stunt double, which is the attitude everybody wants on a movie set. So they call Doug out to take the hit with the bag, and it's not going to work, but David wanted to see it. And Doug's walking out, and he's going, "Hey man, very respectfully, I'm just, and I'm like, oh bro, don't worry about it, man. Have fun." and Doug told me, I watched it, and it's like, whoa, she wound up, hit Doug in the side of the head, and his knees buckled, and I went, dude, you just earned your pay today. and Doug told me, it's like, dude, she knocked the crap out of you, didn't she, bro?
Yes. Every memory from California, like one of you guys, I think Kelly said, left my heart in Cali. Yeah, I mean, man, such epic times. Yep, there's me in my Kmart Myers shirt at the historic Myers house with 5 lovely shapes flanking me. Yeah, shout out to all these guys, one of which is right here with us in the live chat. Shout out to Robert Patterson, our Bus 5 host, also here with us in the live chat. You guys should check out Robert's channel and all of his socials. Follow him. He does great videos on all of our favorite horror movies and all kinds of movies, not just horror by any means, but awesome filming location stuff. We had a blast. I mean, we really did. I mean, Sue was making friends. Oz and I were making friends. I mean, it was just great. I'm Facebook friends with a lot of people I met on that bus tour. And, of course, throughout the day, we would see people like our own Teen Wolf here and just, different people. We ran into the Halloween Lives podcast guys, the Duncan brothers, as we're going one way with our group, and they're running past us going the other way towards the Myers house at one point. It was like, hey. It was, just crazy, awesome times. So cool. Yeah, Kelly, I hear you. I'll get it back at age 50. That's right. Anyway, so there I am. I hate getting in front of the camera as I am. Here I am. But I feel like, sometimes I just go goofy and like, it's kind of my thing. My goofy, I'm surrounded by Myers faces. So again, if you haven't watched our full bus tour video, that is up here on the channel. Just posted last night. Check that out. We're gonna have a ton more photos. I mean, like hundreds more up in our full gallery. I'll post that link. Hopefully by tomorrow afternoon, we'll have it up at HalloweenDailyNews.com. Of course, if there's any like crazy breaking news of any sort tomorrow, that might take precedent over things. We're also, our parade is this weekend. I've probably mentioned it to you guys before in the past. We here in our local town of Cordova Hills out here on the Outer Banks, we do a Halloween parade every year, the last Sunday in October, the last Sunday before Halloween anyway. And this year's our 10th one. And so if you're anywhere near the east coast of North Carolina, come see us this Sunday to our 10th annual Outer Banks Halloween parade. Just Google it if you are, and you'll find info about it. But so we're working on that and doing all of that. Like I said, when it comes to the TV series and the franchise as a whole, I'm not actively like digging right now. Like this week, I'm doing, we're covering what breaks, what happens, what comes, enjoying seeing what may or may not happen. And we're also just trying to enjoy the last few days of October because this is the end of our year, I like to think, and just kind of enjoy it as much as possible. Now, like I said, starting November 2nd, though, because November 1st is always a day of rest, starting of November 2nd, we're going to be covering this TV series, this Miramax deal, this whole future of the franchise, and everything involving it so tight. Both on the website and obviously here on the channel, too. So, to say we're going to have plenty to talk about here on Mondays moving forward, long beyond next week. Yeah, that's an understatement. There's going to be no shortage to talk about, so that's happening. And we've also got, like I said, lots more from that panel coming. I agree, that was one of the best panels. We got a lot from a lot of the panels. We hit almost all of them, and like I said, I do have Dick and Don's answer on video. It's got some audio issues. I'm going to see what I can do with it. In any case, a slightly longer version of that panel is going to go up. Again, the plan is tomorrow. That's my hope. We've got a few other clips from throughout the panel that I'm going to add into it, both before and after that bit, and it'll all be presented together. So you can look for that. Again, I told you about our Cobweb interview with Alex coming up later on this week, and who knows what other surprises might be coming. Now, before we get out of here, we're going to do some shout outs. And you guys know what's up. Michael Myers Monday, we've been doing this now for 10 years. We started the hashtag in 2013. There was nobody using that Michael Myers Monday hashtag. We started it on Twitter, or the former Twitter, whatever it is now, on Facebook, on Instagram, on all that. And it's just taking on a life of its own, become its own thing. And then in 2020, when we were all, stuck at home and everything, I never talked in front of the camera in my life, but I was like, well, let's try to bring this Michael Myers Monday hashtag social media thing here to YouTube, and thus Triple M Live was born. But you already knew all that. That's just for anybody that might be watching a replay that's new or something. Andromeda says she's going to H50. Hell yes. That's awesome. Andromeda says Christopher Nelson said James will be playing the Shape for the rest of his life. That's awesome. Yeah, he's great. We love James. All right, let's pull up some shout outs. Like I said, the hashtag itself has taken on a life of its own. Everybody finds their own way to celebrate Michael Myers Monday, and it's great. And some people find motivation and want to attack Monday and attack the week, kind of like Michael attacking. Others, not so much. They feel that it's Monday as the attacker, and they have to be more like Laurie and survive the night or survive the day, however it may be. All right, so starting on the site formerly known as Twitter, and yet my browser still says I'm on twitter.com, so you tell me. Anyway, from our own Manoka Lacken at City Kitty 865. City Kitty is in our live chat here tonight. Regular viewer. She posted this awesome picture of another shape. Chillin'. I love the decorations, love the pumpkins, love the lighting, love the overall fall atmosphere. Looks like you got a skeleton or something hanging up too. It looks like I see the lights in the background. Happy Michael Myers Monday. 8 more days. Thanks for tagging us, City Kitty. Thanks for all your support. Thanks for hanging out every Monday. Thanks for posting over here on the site formerly known as Twitter. We appreciate you. Happy Halloween and happy Michael Myers Monday. All right, one more from X, a.k.a. the site formerly known as Twitter. This is from Autumn Love at 1722 Autumn Love, or just 1722 Autumn, excuse me. Happy Michael Myers Monday. And this is an oldie but a goodie. We've seen it before. I don't know when it was created and who created it, but I haven't shared it this year yet, so that I can remember. So here we go. When your kiddo wants to be both a hot dog and Michael Myers, Oscar Myers is born. That it's a classic. like I said, an oldie but a goodie. So good. All right, moving over to Instagram. Now this one comes from Lost in the Abyss 13. Quoting Bucky saying, "Don't try that Halloween shit with me." From, are you noticing a theme here from Halloween 4? Remember I was talking about Halloween 4 earlier when I was talking about Nanny Knox. We were talking about dialogue and things and all that. Anyway, you'll remember Bucky's great line, "Don't try that Halloween shit with me." And this is a hell of a great screen accurate looking H4, right down to the striped coveralls, the H4 mask, probably a Trick or Treat Studios, I'm guessing. Looks great. Another one from Instagram. This one actually from our friend. We were just all talking about him, the great Douglas Tate himself, doing a little of his Michael Myers from Kills, carrying Dennis's silver shamrock skull mask, all bloodied as well, and but out in the woods, Jason style. And he says in the caption, "I went to Camp Crystal Lake to find Jason." So it's Michael looking for Jason. Doug, of course, one of only 2 men in the history of cinema to play both Michael and Jason on screen. The other was on that same panel, Tom Morga. Somewhere, sometime, somebody needs to put just those 2 dudes on a panel. Just those 2 historic individuals, Tom Morgan and Doug Tate. All right, one more from Instagram. This one comes from Satan Mingo, who says, "Thanks to Halloween Daily News, because look what they bought. They bought one of our Halloween Ends officially licensed Allison cat masks. And those cat masks are beautiful. They just look really cool. They're retro. They're awesome. And it is cool that it covers the top half of your head and the eyes, but keeps your mouth and bottom half of your face open. So in other words, like you could go to a party, you could be drinking or eating or whatever, talking even, and you don't really have to worry about it, and the mask still looks great. Again, a little more lightweight than I anticipated, as I said in my review, but totally screen accurate. They look great. And as Satan Mingle shows, you order from us, you get a couple treats in your package, including a retro-style Halloween bag, a couple candy treats, and your very own HDN sticker, all included in your package. So thank you, Satan Mingle, for your purchase and your support. Again, guys, when I started this recording, last I checked earlier today, we had 2 more of these cat masks left in stock. That's just 2 available. We will definitely be getting more. They've sold like crazy. I love them. We'll be getting more, but not until after Halloween sometime. So if you want these last 2, one of these last 2, grab it now. All right, we're going to move over to TikTok for some Michael Myers Monday fun tonight. And now with TikTok, I can show you a little bit so you can get the idea, but I can't really play you the audio because, of course, it's copyrighted songs. But if you could imagine the 1980s classic Holding Out for a Hero playing as all of this is playing out on screen, well, that's what this TikTok is from Camp Blood 13, posted earlier today. It's the Bonnie Tyler song, Holding Out for a Hero, originally from the movie Footloose. It is awesome. It's totally awesome. Just go to TikTok and search for hashtag Michael Myers Monday. You will find stuff like this, and it is glorious, I am telling you. Here's another awesome one. again, unfortunately, I can't play you the music, but you'll have to imagine the No Doubt classic, Just a Girl, playing as this is happening. You know the song. It's a 90s staple. Really, somebody getting into the spirit at the office today. I love it. This is from Kelsey J on air. Monday Vibes in the studio. I guess she's a radio DJ, maybe? And one more this week. Where was it? Here it is. From I'm TK'd comes this kick-ass highlight reel. And I am TK'd says, that's I am TK'd at K9, I guess. Man, I love Halloween. And tagged Michael Myers Monday, of course. I think we can all relate. And I would share some from the Threads platform as well, but you can't exactly search for hashtags on there, and so they don't make it real easy to find Michael Myers Monday posts. But if you're on Threads and you're posting Michael Myers Monday, just tag us. We're on there. I'll repost you, and we'll share you on here on a future live stream. Whatever your social media of choice, be it Twitter, X, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, whatever. We're there. HDN's there. Tag us on your Michael Myers Monday posts, on any of your Halloween-related posts. We want to see, how are you celebrating the holiday this week? I want to see your decorations like City Kitty shared. I want to see your costumes, whether it's Michael, whether it's Lori, whether it's somebody not even related to this franchise. We want to see your decor, your costumes, your celebrations. Tag us on your social medias. We're going to be reposting, retweeting, resharing all week long. And of course, we've got some treats coming for you guys over the next 7 or 8 days. Again, keep your eyes peeled right here on the channel. Lots of cool stuff, including everything I've already mentioned coming this week. Here to the channel, we got that new Cobweb interview. We've got more from the men behind the mask panel. We've got other panel coverage from H45 as well. Lots of cool stuff. Lots more photos on the main site coming from H45 as well. And like I said, maybe some other surprises too. And plan on joining me 1 week from tonight. Next week, it'll be Michael Myers Monday special Halloween Eve edition, October 30th. That's right. We are going to literally ring in the 31st at midnight, 7 nights from now. And we will toast together. And then we will all begin our Halloween morning together here on Michael Myers Monday live next week. And who knows what else the show might bring next week. Maybe some other surprises. I don't know. You're going to have to stay tuned to find out. As always, I cannot thank you guys enough for hanging out and participating, and just for all your support. It has been a wild month. It's hard to believe that like a month ago we were like arriving in California. Or were we leaving here to go to California? I don't even know. It's been wild. It's been crazy. And you guys have been witness to a lot of it. So I appreciate you. All right, I'm going to turn over here one more time. Check in with the live chat before we get out of here. Yes. That's right, City Kitty. Definitely post more. Definitely tag us. I'll repost. Andromeda says, hello, Malik, if you're here. Yes, let us all wish the great Malik Akkad a happy Halloween. Let us wish Ryan Freeman a happy Halloween. Let us wish everybody at Trancas and Compass a happy Halloween. Let us wish everybody at Miramax a happy Halloween as well, okay? Let's all send a collective Michael Myers Monday crew happy Halloween to everybody controlling this franchise, and of course to the legendary John Carpenter, his family as well, the whole Halloween family. There we go. Wow, did you guys feel that? I just felt something. Like, I seriously feel like I felt something. That was weird. All right, this has been awesome. It's after midnight, and we are out of news bites. Well, there is one more I didn't mention. There's one more. Should I just mention it real quick? I'm just going to mention it real quick. JLC got a lot of Halloween items she is selling to raise money for her charity. I know. You're saying, well, she could have made a whole lot more money if she came to H45 and signed. And I know I did hear Sean's post-con interview where he said that she was pretty much booked and was going to be there and backed out at the last minute. We'll talk about it another time. But check out this stuff. This is a Strode Slashers, Haddonfield Slashers jersey. The autographed masks that we talked about last week. Look at that. Lori's hospital tag. Her bracelet. Her hospital bracelet from Haddonfield Memorial with blood smeared on it. I love this. The happy 17th birthday to John Tate. Love that. This is pretty cool too. From H2O, the map to the party. So what she says in the caption, she says she has emptied her JLC archive and everything from the movies is available on her website. 100% of all proceeds are sent immediately to the care and treatment of critically ill and injured children at Children's Hospital, Los Angeles. So it's all going to benefit the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. So there you go. All right. One last little news bite for you to chew on. All right, guys. This has been awesome. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for hanging out. Be here next week. Be here all week. Like I said, we're far from done. We're far from, yeah. You're gonna see me more this week. So be here all week, and definitely plan on being here for next week's Halloween Eve, Michael Myers Monday celebration. Can't tell you everything we're gonna do, but it'll be a fun one. And who knows? I might even be more inebriated than normal. Who knows? We'll see, because it's Halloween Eve. I am not making any promises, though. And don't feel any pressure. And kids, don't drink until you're of age. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. Notifications, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Tag us all week. We want to see your decorations. We want to see your costumes. Can't wait to hear from you. And yeah, the new era is here. Exciting time to be a fan. I said it was the best time the last 5 years. I don't know. Maybe they're going to outdo it in the coming 5. It's possible. I can't see how it's possible right now, but it is possible. So they're off to a good start with the TV series and movies, all part of this deal. Yeah. Big things are coming. Big things are coming. All right, guys. Until then, I'm Matt Arts for Halloween Daily News. Thank you all for watching, for hanging out, and for your support. And of course, happy Michael Myers Monday. Good night.